We are happy to welcome all sports enthusiasts and lovers of exciting moments. We have prepared for you a collection of brilliant victories and unexpected failures. So, hold your breath and be surprised. Let's dive into the world of sports with a new, exciting perspective that will make you relive these moments with us. Don't miss a single detail. Subscribe to our channel and join us on an exciting adventure through the world of sports. Are you ready to experience the excitement with us? Then let's get started. He can clearly afford to be distracted while playing. A good mascot not only motivates fans, but also helps in performing tricks. Filippo Piricini decided to demonstrate his ability to trick and first beat the opponents forward, but eventually scored an absurd goal in his own goal. The mistake of the goalkeeper will be analyzed for a long time in training and ridiculed online. An ordinary jump rope is no longer the same for him. Something more extreme is needed to cause new emotions. What an excellent accuracy. A lot of training is needed for this. It looks like the goalkeeper decided to play on the side of the opposing team. Otherwise, how else to explain two similar failures in a row? She is clearly an expert in security matters. She also knows a lot about great jumps. Supermotocross is one of the most dangerous but also the most spectacular types of extreme sports. Racers spend more time in the air than on the ground. Did you know that under favorable weather conditions, when the wind blows from behind the athlete, it can help to jump further, increasing the running speed and creating more favorable aerodynamic conditions? We only regret the empty stands because the audience should have seen such a magnificent deceptive feint in person. This is a throw after which will lead to a call from the NBA. These are dizzying stunts. I can't even breathe while watching them. I can't believe he managed to get into the basket. It seems that even they themselves did not believe that this was possible. You might think that this is just another goal, but in fact, it is a perfect calculation. Kei Nishikori is a famous tennis player, the former fourth racket of the world in singles, but even he can sometimes shock fans. It should be noted not only his lightning-fast reaction, but also his magnificent jump. This is a good example of how quickly the situation in sports can change. He may have lost his glove, but he did catch something much more valuable. What a perfect triple flip. Just look at the expression on his face. In mixed martial arts fights, the referee also sometimes gets hurt by the restless fighters. Who would have thought that it was because of the chair that he would not be able to catch the ball? Such motivation will definitely not let him relax in a bike race. It looks like real acrobats have clashed in a baseball confrontation today. That's what it means to snatch victory at the last moment.
He did brilliantly to get to the drop shot.
They say that every second is important in sports, but sometimes 1/100th of a second can decide everything. It's so easy to lose the top spots, but accepting it is worthy of respect. What an interesting way to play golf. And we're moving on at the speed of light. All the most interesting things are still ahead. It's clear that she is a real professional, but no one is immune from mistakes. In an attempt to stop the player, he was left almost naked. Was it professionalism or just luck? Just look at this guy. Despite the injury, he still continues to play at the highest level. This time, it happened really in time. The main thing is to take a beautiful pose. He simply eliminated his opponent with his punch. He doesn't need a stick to get a hold of the puck. Sometimes not only football players, but also basketball players try to get their Oscar. Sometimes in women's fights, only one stare down is enough to win. She is so rooting for her team that she doesn't mind sacrificing her phone in order to help an athlete. Fortunately, the team noticed it and immediately gave her a new one. It turns out that football players don't really worry about injuries if they score a goal.
Oh, it's come back up and gone straight in. What an extraordinary goal. What Chris Wood does here just follows the ball, just takes it.
That's what fantasy strength and technique can do when combined in one person. The referee is clearly confused about whether to count the points. Write your opinion in the comments. The NBA player was so desperate that he decided to use shoes to protect his ring, which of course contradicts the rules of basketball.
He certainly went up with it. Towns the one that blocked it.
Handball throws can be regarded as a separate art form. The audience was delighted with the game, at least because of this incredible strike. Even though he will be unhappy with his result, there is also good news. At least he didn't fall and wasn't injured. Usually 3, 5, or even 7 matches are played in ping pong competitions, so it's impossible to say that a certain player is just lucky. If you don't know how to stop being nervous and fussing during the competition, you can ask this player. He manages to stay calm and collected throughout the game. The most terrible thing is not that she hit her head, but that the risk did not pay off and she never hit the ball. The joy of victory clouded his mind, so no wonder he fell. Fortunately, he was not injured and got a chance to try again. Golden State Warriors quarterback Klay Thompson could have been seriously injured if his friend Draymond Green hadn't come to the rescue in time. Not only physical fitness and technique are important for the success of the team, but also team spirit. Maybe it's not what she wanted, but the jump definitely turned out to be spectacular. In martial arts, not only fighters, but also referees can miss a punch. Such diving looks much more interesting than usual. As a goalkeeper, she did her job, but the price for that was high. Yet sometimes a good acting game allows the players to get a penalty, even score a goal. This goalkeeper's team was winning by the end of the match, and he found a new way to take away playing time. But many people now recognize themselves as children. It is possible that this is Conor McGregor before he became famous. Foot wrestling can rightfully be considered one of the most spectacular sports. This is the first skateboarder in history who was able to make 3.5 turns in the air. It seems that she is the only one capable of playing for her partner. When you feel that victory is already yours, you can get the next points most effectively. Such a level of accuracy with just a stick, it takes a lot of training. These girls just exploded the ground with a triple hit.
To be honest, I'm speechless after witnessing it. What about you?
But in such intense competitions, new world records are being set. Both the audience and the players themselves watched the ball with bated breath because no one knew for sure if it would hit the pocket. His long arms are a great advantage. They are impossible to keep track of. Connor Williams stands out for his size on the basketball court, but that doesn't stop him from being one of the best players on the St. John Fisher University team. Despite the robotic movements, they keep their balance very well. This is what a truly well-coordinated team of professionals looks like. If you're 2 meters tall, she can easily jump over you. Sometimes to play volleyball, you need to have parkour skills. A real football genius can use the goalkeeper's head to score a goal. Boban Marjanovic is 224 centimeters tall. Next to him, all the other basketball players seem short. Anthony McGill has a lot of fans both because of his success and his creative approach to the game. What could be worse for an athlete than when his pole breaks? Only that it happened at the Olympic tournament. Football players should remember that if the referee is in a bad mood, you should always stay away from him. Sports journalists often get into ridiculous situations and even get minor injuries. Let's hope he at least managed to apologize to her. If the goalkeeper could still hit the puck, then the player of the opposing team turned out to be too tough for him. Now he's the coach of the volleyball team, but in the past, he was a real ninja. When he was rushing to the ring, he definitely did not think about a soft landing after the throw, but luck loves the bravest. It is unlikely that they were able to make out anything, but they rejoice like children, having stolen records with tactics from the opponent. Even the ball couldn't stand such an intense game. After a successful save, he lost his vigilance and could not avoid the goal again. Figure skating can be practiced by people who only trust their partner 100%. This is another proof that you need to stay focused until the very last second. But no matter what perfect shape you're in before the competition, sometimes just an unsuccessful approach can ruin it. Well, she needs to carry bags from the supermarket up the stairs because she throws them right through the window. Sometimes racing on the track can resemble a beautiful dance. You can overtake from the left or right, but he prefers to do it from above. This is what gate protection looks like. Koki Niwa has been one of the best table tennis players in the world for many years. When you watch his movements, it seems that his skills did not cost him the slightest effort. This guy was very lucky today since he received a gift from LeBron James. He's probably the most popular student at his school now. Even in moments of despair, football players can count on the support and love of the most loyal fans. Who says ping pong can't be spectacular? A young fan of Mitch Miller received the best gift for Valentine's Day. The hockey player still noticed her poster and paid attention to her. Maybe she lost the chance to win a medal, but she definitely gave her love to everyone. This clearly needs to be considered a draw. Who would have expected unexpected that a couple of players could get together in a transformer. Do you think super abilities can be used in martial arts competitions? Sometimes you just need to be in the right place at the right time. In volleyball, the ball should never touch the floor on your side, but some players love to pretend that they beat it off at the last moment. Do you think it's more the luck of the dog or the reaction of the racers? The boy was very lucky. If the ball hadn't stuck but had hit him, he could have a serious bruise. PSG striker Kylian Mbappe scored during the French League Cup match. After colliding with the goalkeeper, he fell on the lawn and sent the ball into the net with his hand. This goal was not counted. No one said that it would be easy. It is important not to give up and keep a positive attitude. They say it doesn't work for someone who doesn't try. A few more such mistakes and he'll definitely learn from his mistakes. It took only one shot from the goalkeeper to make him lose his drinks, but he gained unforgettable memories. Many fans will remember not the match itself, but the rather aggressive behavior of the players. This team prefers to play in the lying position. That's what it means to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. What an accurate hit! As for me, it was necessary to jump over this barrier and not fall on it. She almost got it. What an instant upset. This is the moment when skills and talent go hand in hand. His physical abilities clearly allow him to be on the same level as superheroes. The ball was so tired of their intense game that it decided to hide upstairs. This is the moment when you move from baseball to tennis. Sometimes excessive excitement can play a cruel joke on an athlete at the first obstacle. There is a clear reason why it is better for cricketers or baseball players to always wear protection. In life, as on the tennis court, it is important not to avoid falling, but to learn how to get up quickly and continue to act. It's a shame when you execute the program perfectly, but you stumble at the very end. The joy on their faces is simply indescribable. In my opinion, one needs to use skis and not their stomach. What a cute teddy bear. This is what you need for a combat arena.
If you haven't liked this episode yet, now is the best time to do it.
The flip serve is very impressive. He was definitely able to stand out in this game. It was a moment of pure luck, but the goalkeeper scored a goal for the opposing team. Ah, those fences. They always stand in the way and prevent you from moving freely. Falling just before the start doesn't really set you up for victory, but it can definitely cheer you up. It's not that he wanted to get rid of his opponent, but that he found himself an obstacle. Unfortunately, even professional athletes are not immune from falls. However, gymnasts usually have sufficient training and skill to minimize the risk of serious injury. Gymnasts must have high flexibility, strength, and coordination in order to successfully perform complex elements and combinations in various exercises. In addition, they need a high degree of concentration and self-confidence. It is difficult to imagine the Winter Olympic Games without figure skating. This couple won everyone over both with their excellent technique and artistry. Be sure to remember the trick for your next game with your friends. I can feel fearlessness flowing through his veins. A few seconds before the end of the round, the Cuban wrestler was sure that victory was in his hands, but it was not the case. For him, this is a chance to draw conclusions and learn from his own mistakes. Even though it seemed that this goal was very easy to score, the defender managed to pick up the ball a fraction of a second before hitting the goal. At the Stockholm International Horse Show, Robert Whittaker managed to set a world record in bareback show jumping. His result is 212 centimeters. Before his wife's death, weightlifter Matthias Steiner promised her that he would become an Olympic champion. In Beijing, he kept his promise. It's crazy to watch such moments. He was very lucky to ride, so he was left without injuries. Now he has a very great trick in his collection. Considering that there were two players in front of him who had to take care of the ball, it was unexpected to feel the pain of his kick. This spontaneous decision to catch the shuttlecock with their hand was not the most correct one. The racket couldn't stand their fierce game. Curling and volleyball are another unusual combination. First, it is better to make sure that there is nothing behind. It was a huge mistake. It's a pity that tennis players don't wear helmets. This is an unusual but extremely heavy cup. It is very difficult to stand with it. The report was interrupted by an unexpected watering of the lawn. They were already bored with the usual game, so they clearly decided to complicate the task. Take a look at this wonderful transformation during the performance. Everyone was impressed. I don't know how comfortable it is to play with their feet, but they managed to do it very quickly. Sometimes it happens that there is simply not enough time to change clothes, and you need to come up with a way out of the situation. Despite the fact that many consider cheerleading as an entertainment or a form of show, participating in this sport requires considerable effort and discipline. Cheerleading involves performing complex acrobatic elements, gymnastics, and dancing. As you can see, it is better to play volleyball in clothes that are comfortable for you. It is believed that the use of swimming suits that differ from the standard undermines the principles of fair competition and also allows athletes to achieve high results not only through hard training. However, swimmers are protesting against the strict rules and trying to change the system step by step. What a very emotional reaction to losing. She probably trained a lot and hard before the competition, but never participated in them because of a ridiculous injury. To say that her luck turned against her today is to say nothing. There is no doubt that on other days, she successfully performs the jump. This boy is one of the most loyal fans of the team, so he deserves to be greeted by his favorite players. Her indignation is quite justified. The coach could have reacted faster and not let her fall. The inflatable arch has now become an obstacle for racers, or not. Oriental martial arts teach not only to hone techniques, develop instinctive reactions and coordination of movements, but also self-control. At the same time, there is no doubt that a girl who deserves a blue belt can put an offender in his place. Either this is a very touching moment or an attempt to appease the judge. Either this figure skater was busy with her thoughts, or she was not used to taking second place. Having won the gold medal at the World Athletics Championships, it is a sin not to rejoice at your long-awaited victory. Great shots, but at what cost? This is what real competition in football looks like. Cycling football is popular in various countries and has its own rules and tournaments. It requires participants to have good coordination and skill in cycling. In athletics, not only professionalism is important, but also a comfortable uniform. Immersion in water promotes relaxation and relieves tension after tremendous physical exertion. It doesn't look like he has to work hard to beat his opponents.
And our episode has come to an end, and we hope that you enjoyed watching this video. We look forward to your questions and comments. Thank you for always being with us.